Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today playing the Total War Warhammer 2 Battle Replay. So I found a fun build for for High Elves. Well, for the Beastmen against High Elves. So yeah, basically just bring all the units, just all of them. So front line of Ungor herds. So obviously these guys got shields. Other than that, they're total trash, but they'll just pin everything in place for a few seconds. Also, 3 units of Ungor raiders. So, you know, good for just chiseling away at things. We all know Ungor raiders. Also, a couple of units of bestigors, so they can actually kill things. I've got Morga, because, frankly, they're going to bring elite stuff in the front line, right? They're going to want to bring stuff like Swordmaster Hoa, things that can just rack up kills against infantry. So, having them turn Chaos Spawn, yeah, that's just lovely, isn't it? Also, a Bray Shaman of Wild. I mean, why not? So, also, a couple of spearmen, just cheap spearmen, just for dealing with some of the cavalry, and also 2 units of poison warhounds and 3 units of centicles, great weapons, and I think that's it. I think it's like 19 units, so it's almost a full roster. Here, I'm up against 3 units of Phoenix Guard, 3 units of spearmen, a Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, a Ithilmar Chariot, a Mage of Life, and a Princess on a Star Dragon. So pretty cool, all things considered. So let's go in and see what happens. So obviously, you know, these guys aren't going to be able to kill thousands of dudes. You know, they just don't attack quick enough, honestly, to be able to kill this many things quickly. So that's pretty funny. Like every time they make a chop, they'll kill someone, but there's just so many that they have to kill. So it should be pretty funny. So here, Breath Attack comes in, but it's against Ungor, so I don't care, that's fine. My bestigors are the valuable ones, the Ungors are going to die anyway, so don't worry about it. So here, I actually get my Poison Warhound straight into the back into the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. I got these guys positioned to do something. So I actually decided to try and bait in this dragon a bit, so I go for the Spearman. It's a nice rear charge, as you can see. So a nice rear charge into the Spearman, should be pretty good. They do turn around in time, unfortunately. And the dragon comes down, so that's great. So now I've dealt with the, you know, the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, I can move in. And you can see here, I'm chiseling away at these Phoenix Guard. This is actually a great trade for me. You know, the bestigors are in here now though, so they will be doing some extra damage. Morga, he's going to do pretty well against Phoenix Guard. He's very resilient. So that's been fun. I've got some other cheap units just bogging down these spearmen. And I've got all my Ungor raiders shooting at the dragon. And you can see the dragon's taking a ton of damage. And that dragon is their general as well, so that's pretty great. So I'm going to pull out with everything. You'll see, yeah, Earth's Blood does come down. And so I decide to hit her while I'm on my way out. As long as I'm away from the spearman, that's fine. So more charging the rear. So here I see these Phoenix Guard are looking a bit hurt, so I'm just going to charge, get loads of armor piercing damage in the back. Here, Dwellers Below comes down on Ungor Raiders. I don't care, they're so cheap, I don't mind. So that's fine, and they will survive a little bit because it's not the crazy insta-kill version that we're all used to. So I've got guys running away pretty much everywhere. The Ithilmar Chariot will finish them off, but that's okay. So do some more damage to the Mage of Life as I'm going for another rear charge. So I'll go for another rear charge into these guys. I want to help out my Vestigors a bit. So so that's working pretty well, these rear charges. You see, these Phoenix Guard are almost gone. These Phoenix Guard are almost gone. These ones are still going very, very handily. You know, they're doing well against Vestigors. That's fine. Breath Attack comes in, but I'm running away already. It still kills a mound of them, though. Oof. It's a lot of dead Sentinels. So fair enough. But I've dealt with Phoenix Guard that were here. So that's good. Now, oh yes, that was it. Morga turned them into Chaos Spawn. So that's pretty hilarious. So there you go. It still helps. It's not as good as it used to be with its 2 charges, and you know, you could target it before. But against like elite Elven infantry, you just keep him fighting the elite stuff, and he will turn Phoenix Guard into Chaos Spawn. And here now, I'm able to get a really good surround on the Ithilmar Chariot. So that's great. I'm pretty sure Chaos Spawn bogging them down. I got those Bestigors doing a ton of damage to them. And I'm going for this Mage again, because that Mage is winding me up. So over here, yeah, more charges, trying to surround this Phoenix Guard a little bit more, but my god, they're all over the place, look how spread out they are. But anyway, so they're fighting a billion dudes, and some more, they're coming, another 60? Another 60 dudes, and all these guys are going to charge in the rear, and these guys, they're just spearmen, I don't mind. They're not really going to do anything. They're going to run as soon as I take out the Phoenix Guard and, you know, all the rest of it. So, yeah, I'm dealing with this Mage of Life. She can't get out of there, not a chance. And so I'm going to try and get another rear charge into these guys, though. Do they even have a rear anymore? It's a bit of a weird blob. But anyway, so I'm going to charge them, because people don't like getting charged. You'll see their leadership will drop as these guys come in. Not too much, but a bit. and it will do a bit of extra damage. So anyway, now some of the spearmen are peeling off, so but that's okay. So I'm going to charge the Major Life again. I've actually got someone who's just on them until they die. I don't want them coming back, because I don't want them, you know, replenishing these Phoenix Guard. So that's fine. So here, still just fighting spearmen. That's fine. They'll sit there for hours. The thing is, spearmen don't get a lot of killing done. But at that point, with this massive blob and like all the things, yeah, he calls it quits. Which, fair enough. There's just so much to deal with the Beastmen there. It's just crazy amount to deal with. And you saw spearmen? They just fight neck and neck against Ungor herds, which is pretty crazy, right? Like, they should get some more killing done. They're more expensive. Ungor herd are what, like 300, 400? They're not expensive at all. So the fact that just crappy Ungor herd can just go toe-to-toe with spearmen, and they will just fight basically until the match ends, that's pretty huge. So having something this cheap that can pin them down is great. And also, you know, a couple of Ungor units against a Phoenix Guard, they were chiseling away at their health, you know? And it just pins everything in place. So you can really make use of the Centaurs. And I think that's the main thing with the Beastmen. If you can just like swarm them like that, they lose so much sort of value, because yeah, High Elves cannot bring a big army, so it's tough. It's very tough. So I think if you just bring overwhelming numbers, you can do pretty well, as long as you've got something, you know, that can charge, do a lot of armor piercing. Excuse me. As long as you've got you know, stuff to do some armor piercing. Like the Besticles really help. 93 kills for these Besticles. That is brilliant. So you know, you do have some tools. And yeah, make sure Morgor is fighting elite stuff. Because look, Morgor barely dented and he was fighting Phoenix Guard the entire time. So that's pretty huge. So yeah, it's it works out quite well. I'm not sure this guy is the most competitive. He's got the most competitive build. I'm not sure he's the most competitive player. He did waste the breath attack on Ungors before they'd engaged. If he'd got that on a unit of Vestigals, he could have wiped out the unit of Vestigals, which would have been great. Or if he'd basically just mostly toasted his, you know, Mage of Life once everything was surrounding it, he could have racked up so many kills there. He did do quite a lot when I charged the back of the Phoenix Guard, but yeah, I think he needed to pick those a little bit better. The Thilmar Chariot didn't get into the fight, you know, quick enough at all. He could have charged that in really early, because all of my, you know, big units that could have penned it in were off, you know, behind his army. So if he just charged in with the Thilmar Chariot, he could have just killed so many Ungor. It would have been ridiculous. And honestly, I think the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, just pointless. There's no point bringing against Beastmen. It will get swarmed. Even if I brought like quite an elite army, Beastmen units are cheap. I mean, I will outnumber them, so I will have something to get on the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower very quickly, so there's no point. I just don't see a use for this, honestly. So, yeah, something to watch out for. Still, 134 kills, pretty great. So, you know, Breath Attacks did okay, but she wasn't getting involved enough. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.